Feeding Northeast Florida is both its name and its mission, and the group's president and CEO says September is a key time for both. Susan King joins us to talk about National Hunger Action Campaign, which starts next month in September. Thank you so much, Susan, for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
So, this is an annual campaign every September. Remind us, if you will, kind of what the goal is of setting aside a month to emphasize food insecurity and the needs of the community.
Yes, this is a national awareness campaign, and it really is just to put a focus and a spotlight on hunger as an issue in our country, and then more specifically into our communities and the 12 counties that we serve here.
Yeah. So you serve a Northeast Florida footprint. What is the need? What is the situation in Northeast Florida in particular?
So we are North Central and North Florida. We go all the way to the Coast on Levy County,
Oh, wow.
and so
Okay.
our a fairly broad area, the size of New Jersey. A hurricane season comes, and we feel now that we are constantly in hurricane mode. But Hunger Action Month is really a chance for us to look at where we are in food insecurity and where we want to go. So for us, we have about 320,000 people identified as food insecure in our service area. That is 1 in 7 adults and 1 in 5 children. Frightening numbers, and that is up 17% from this time last year. So it's a growing problem. It's a quiet problem, unlike during COVID where we saw long lines of people in cars waiting for food. Hasn't been the same illumination on the problem because it's sort of just drug on post-COVID. The financial pressures and inflationary pressures that families felt, the increase in rents and the increase in food prices has just sort of snowballed into forcing a lot of families, working families most specifically, into a time when they need assistance, when there's an emergency, a car repair, a big bill, a few days out of work.
Remind us what food insecurity, what is the definition of it?
So food insecurity is most broadly is when you don't necessarily have a food supply, steady food supply that you can count on. So maybe it's a couple of meals a week that you miss, and there are people who miss meals every day. People who are making decisions about whether to take medicine or to buy groceries in their house. So there are degrees of food insecurity, some very extreme, and some that are just, like I said, there's a time when you can't quite make those groceries, or the money runs out before the end of the month.
And so we know that, hunger, food insecurity has a lot of faces, and you've sort of got some themed programs that address the different groups that are impacted. Can you kind of walk us through? I know that, you have some specifically that are geared towards kids and teens, some that look specifically at seniors or members of the military.
Absolutely. So, in terms of the military, we do distributions twice a month at both Mayport Naval Station, supporting that facility for active duty military, and also at NAS Jax, specifically those. We also support a number of agencies that support veterans groups, and so we specifically are always looking for opportunities to assist there. We do a lot of programming around kids, especially in the summer, trying to meet the needs. We held an event this summer to pack 10,000 snack packs for our summer programming, bringing in corporate partners and community members to do this so that people feel engaged in that work.
And those kind of go home with kids with snacks and nutritional items that
Yes.
that basically they can bring if the family isn't able to rely on, like, for instance, lunch programs.
Yes, when children aren't in school or aren't receiving lunches, but they are included in some academic programming in the summer, we try to fill those needs too.
Okay. And then for seniors, you have somewhat of a different program because they also have different nutritional needs.
Yes, we do a nutrition pack that is specifically geared towards seniors, and we distribute those through um, agencies, through other organizations, boots on the ground that are dealing with seniors. So we're really the food provider, if you will, the logistics warehouse distribution arm, and we work with almost 500 organizations, agencies, programs in our 12 county area.
So I've got to ask, I mean, there's many, many agencies, nonprofit, for profit, that are in various ways experiencing changes in policies when it comes to things that they've, traditionally used or counted on. And I'm guessing that the food supply and funding for it from the federal government and possibly the state government is also changing a lot for you. How is that impacting you?
So for us, the things that we've actually felt and seen and felt and have had occur is a reduction in funding from the Commodities Credit Corp, which went through the USDA's TFAP food assistance program. For us, that was approximately $850,000 worth of primarily proteins that we had ordered through this program and anticipated in our budget and our planning. That was early on in the administration. We also have seen a cut in a program that was designed to support local small farmers. Primarily, it had been really successful over the last 3 years. LFPA program, it's a USDA program, and that funding was $1 billion nationally, which was cut and effective September 30th. We've also seen that a SNAP education, which is a nutrition education program that administered through the Department of Children and Families here in Florida, has been cut, and so that will eliminate long-standing nutrition education, which helps us enhance the work that we do.
Susan, just briefly, where can people get information if they'd like to help out?
Our website is the best place. That is feedingnefl.org. And we have lots of resources for people who are looking for food and lots of ways for people to be involved.
All right. Well, Susan King from Feeding Northeast Florida, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Ann.